Good evening, Professor and classmates. My name is Aryan Jaff. I'm going to present an open source intelligence passive recon slides tonight to explain the scouting operation and how we collect information. So, the main purpose of cyber operation is scouting for information that can be useful to create an attack to target a specific person or entity. So in order to achieve information that I am not authorized to see, I'll play a detective role to look for the pieces of information and solve the puzzle. That puzzle is to connect the diagrams that can be seen on the screenshots that I will list below to get to the top of the pyramid of the company called Lennar Homes. I'm trying to get to the email of Eric Fisher, which is the area construction manager of Austin area. And in order to get him, I will have to sniff information for an employee over there to know the mechanism of their email address strategy. And using that information plus the Maltego open source tool, I was able to locate the email address via following the map that took me extensive time to find it. And by finding the websites that were connected to, I could use some useful URLs entity to get connected. The next stage will be putting an email together including real information and events that the victim was in recently, so I can make him believe that this email is real and he can click what I want. And this is what's called spear phishing, because we are targeting our victim directly and for a I ran Kali Linux and I opened I opened a command prompt from the root, and I had to install the Maltego because I didn't have it. So this is an open source intelligence tool that is useful to collect and scout information that can be connected together to achieve penetration process or diagram. Maltego works under Kali Linux and it can be ran from a root command with internet connection. And this is how the dashboard of Maltego looked like after installation. And this slide shows the abilities of Maltego to reach infrastructure and use multiple scouting techniques such as Bear and MSN and all of it. In this slide, we're going to show the structural map of the Cloudflare that companies using that help us to understand how these puzzle pieces are connected together, and understanding these will facilitate our sphere attack. Coming to the legal authority and ethics from Christian worldview or perspective, according to my understanding to the Christian worldview, I strongly believe that any trespassing is prohibited, and the Hacking Act is considered trespassing on private property and personal rights. So by committing trespassing or hacking, we are violating the Privacy Act and disrespecting people's personal lives. It is a sin religion-wise, and it is a crime legal-wise. So people can enjoy safer cyber rights, and Jesus combined the worldly and eternity values, respecting each other's lives and privacy. When it comes to the legal side, pen testing is an examine act that aims to test the system readiness and evaluating its strength. But that act needs to be determined and documented as an agreement known as a scope of work. That agreement protects the pen tester from being prosecuted or held liable for damaging the system. Hence, pen testing sometimes might damage the system and lead to malfunctions. Failure to have clear scope of work might lead to collateral damage and severe consequences that might end up in jail. Yes, it can be considered a criminal act. So the last slide in this show will talk about the spear phishing. This shows the email that I will target Eric Fisher, the area construction manager, from a fake email under Daniela Espinoza, and I put a subject invitation to new product release. In this email, I'm trying to tell Eric we have a new product, this and that, and I hide a link in the RSVP. So he will click on that to reserve his place, but he'll end up as a victim and he will be penetrated. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.